log, 4:59 p.m., March 7, 2021. After Raid Hourz, featuring your illustrious hosts, JackJack1620 and JayTi7N. How do you plead?
Guilty.
Oh my god, I knew it.
Guilty as fuck.
Welcome.
Welcome
to the table, welcome to the show.
Yes. It's been a little while, but it's nice.
Couple weeks.
Couple weeks.
Trying to get back on schedule.
Well,
my
especially after that whole skerfuffle that was.
The skerfuffle
that was Go Tour. So
Go Tour was a good time, bro.
it wasn't bad. Like, all in all, I still stick to my like D+ grading for it, just because again, all the hope was kind of dashed of what I was hoping for, and then seeing this makeup event of the Kanto Go event, which is like 3 missions for items, and it was accessible to everyone.
I was gonna say, because apparently Niantic didn't think it was that bad either, because their makeup event is absolutely trash.
Yeah, and I'm kind of like, what was the point of that? You know, like, people didn't get more shinies. There wasn't like increased chances of anything. There wasn't a special spawn thing. And who knows? Maybe Niantic's just sitting on this, or they're just like, fuck it, we're on to the next thing. Which my thought is to the latter, that they're just on to the next. We just had our community day for little Fletchling, cute little birdie, which is, I think that's the spawn rate I was hoping for.
The spawn rate was great, and then for you, the shiny rate was great too.
Yes.
For me, it took a little while. It's like my game was like warming up for the first hour or so. It is like, oh wait, you haven't complained enough yet, and I was like,
the game listens to you.
I want these little birds, though. Admittedly, I think Pokemon in general dropped the ball on shiny Fletchling. It should have been like a blue flame.
It should have all
like
been blue.
Imagine a little blue bird. Cute.
They
like little
and like
tweeter.
we talked about when we were walking around during that community day, is Niantic's kind of missing the shot in a lot of ways to make this game their own.
Like unique. Like, it can coexist, obviously, with the other Pokemon things.
Yeah, they've been branching and doing things like they have the crossover with Pokemon Go and Pokemon Home. I've actually been doing a lot of fucking transfers
into Pokemon Home,
just because it's like, I don't want to shred some of these good Pokemon or shinies, so I might as well send them somewhere else to where they could be useful.
Well, and you're clearing up valuable box space.
Yes.
Even though you have 4,000 slots or 4,500 slots or whatever,
it hits full pretty
fast regardless. And it's nice to be able to send them to home, though. Again, I wish you could do more than 25 a week or whatever.
Well, 20
or a couple days.
Every couple of days, if they're non-shiny, you could do. I think it's like a day and a half, maybe, or like a day and a few hours.
Right.
But then if they're shiny, it could be like up to 7 days.
Yes.
And so I'm just like, damn it, you know. But
because I transferred like some of my shiny like Alolan Vulpix and stuff because I need to keep them in a bunker. But
in the bunker.
Yeah. But no, it's just weird because like Pokemon Go can exist in its own kind of unique bubble.
It can have its own little signature, like little trademarks to it. So like, it's obviously known for the AR features, which again, I'm not saying that's bad by any means. I do like the reality blending that it does, and you having it in the location. And they're
obviously trying to push that even further.
And
I'm excited to see where that goes.
Yeah, like they're talking about like glasses you could eventually put it to where you can see like the Pikachu in front of you, and that's cool. That's awesome, but that doesn't necessarily change our day-to-day gameplay. Unless it does things like, it's going to now be... You have a higher chance of running into a shiny if you interact with it on an AR level. Like, that would get people to go over it. Or, your best buddy can increase its buddy, like, heart, whatever it is. I'm trying to think.
It's buddy level.
It's buddy leveling by interacting on an AR thing. Because I remember reading somewhere, they're like, you get a little bit more experience if you catch it on AR mode. So I was like, really? And I went and tried it, and that was... a wash. Like, I was like, damn it, I'm over here trying to catch it.
It's just like, did you know if you hold A and down at the perfect time on the Game Boy games, the catch is better, right?
Yes. I always did down and B.
Or down and B, yeah. It was all fake.
The other thing I remember some of the bro science was, if you play, when you're fighting a raid boss and you play at like a kid's height, that's going to increase your chances of a shiny. I remember people squatting down to play the game thinking it would register you
That
at a
explains
child's
so
height.
much. Because I was always wondering why these idiots were like...
Yeah, and
way
again,
down
it's
the ground.
bro science. It's one of those
Bro
things.
science is kind of funny, though.
It's superstitious.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Like, you find
Like
something that
sports,
works.
superstitions, it's all the same.
Yeah. Like, if there are certain Pokemon I have troubles with, like, I'll sing to it as I'm trying to catch it, and it usually catches it. There was Dan, who I remember for Latios, when it first came out, I was like, you do the catch no look. So you throw the ball, as soon as it hits it, you look away from you like hold your phone away from you.
Yeah.
And I remember we tested that logic at Dry Dock, and it was a perfect one for him, and he's on the last ball, and I was like, do the no look. And he's like, Jack, if I don't get it, I was like, you're going to get it. He threw the ball, and he looked away, and he looked me dead in my eyes. I was like, you're going to get it. Looked back, and it was caught, and I was like, game, blouses. So, like, it's that kind of shit that I'm like, I love hearing about it, but at the same time, there's certain things going back to kind of like the features that Niantic could be doing, like special shinies that only exist in Niantic.
Like unique shinies. Like, again, when the original shinies came out, the reason they were shinies is because their color palettes couldn't be played on certain systems.
Is that why?
That's part of the reason why. So, like, it was coded this way, and it showed differently on the Game Boy. Type deal.
I did not know that.
And then eventually you just ran with it. Like, oh, that's a shiny. It's a special version of it. It's a shiny Pokemon.
I see that now in reality, like albino turtles. I'm like, that's a shiny turtle.
Yeah, like I think I saw a little article the other day. Like, there's a rat that can be golden. Like, the fur is like gold.
Whoa.
And then, like, there's even a more rarer version of that where it has waves. Like, the fur can be wavy.
Whoa.
Like good old waves. You know what I'm talking about? Dang. So, like, I was just like, oh, shit. And it was like, that's a shiny Pokemon. But to that point, the gold is the shiny. Pokemon Go can take it a step further and have the special shiny, right?
Yes.
Or something unique like that. And I wonder, if you heard they're going to do the crossover event with Pokemon trading card game.
Yes.
So they're going to probably make Professor Willow a special trainer card. And there's going to be some... I don't know what the crossover is going to be for Pokemon Go, but either way, that might be kind of a preview or a trial of sorts to maybe how can we make these partnerships a little bit something more worthwhile.
Yes.
Because right now the trading card game is blowing up. You got like Logan Paul selling a box or Pokemon card packs for like $40,000 each.
Is he really?
Yeah, it's a whole big thing. I personally think it's kind of like a ripoff by celebrities. But anyway, essentially a base set, first edition base set where you can get the illustrious Charizard card and stuff. The box totaled around $2 million worth.
Jesus Christ.
Of a box of like 36 packs. That's insane. And there's some crazy collectors out there that'll buy into that, and so like they
definitely
would like
seen them on TikToks and things like let's do this and buy these cards and sell them.
Yeah, and well, it's just blowing up, and so even the newer sets, like you go over to this Dueling Land up the street.
Yes.
By the way, if you're in the cards, support Dueling Land, support your local businesses. They're open Thursday through Saturday, but
Yale and Dartmouth, and Colorado.
There you go. But anyway, they had the new sets, and people pre-ordered the boxes before they could even get them in the store, because people want their hands on these Pokemon cards.
Jeez.
And you hear it like from your roommates, like go out to GameStop or Target or Walmart and it's just raided essentially. Like you've seen the card spots and you're just like, what is happening? So anyway,
brings it back to the early days of COVID when you couldn't get toilet paper. Yeah, you're just like, my god.
So anyway, that's popping off. They want to capitalize on it. They're going to do this crossover, with Pokemon Go. So be curious to see that. And like I said, I think Pokemon Go could go even further with it. Do something unique to Pokemon Go, because I would love to see, like, sure, people are going to be mad, but it might increase like people wanting to play the game, right? If you can only get that blue Charmander in Pokemon Go. Or it's like you explored the world and you found your own shinies. That's the storyline they could go with. It's like, as Professor Willow sent you out on your exploration, you encountered these special shinies or something like that. Just another curve to the game to make it interesting, because getting a shiny is still fun for the most part. Most people think it's expected now. Yeah. But like when I get a full odd shiny of like something that I didn't necessarily go out and hunt, but like it just kind of popped up, like Tentacool in my yard or something like that. I'm like,
I just got a shiny Chikorita last night.
Yeah, it's just like,
and a Nidoran this morning.
I love it. You know, it's like shit like that. Like, I still love it. Even though I have a ton of Chikorita and Nidoran or Tentacool, I'm like, I got another one. That feels pretty cool.
Yeah.
So I still like that. But imagine, like I said, Professor Willow sent us out, and then we encountered the pink Butterfree.
Or like we were talking about for Black History Month. Just all black Pokemon for that month.
Black on black.
On black on black on black. Like,
black everything black.
I would be catching as much as I could. If it was that way.
Well, because you have that special... it's a quote fake plushie, but your Pikachu,
my Pikachu
is like
plushie.
the only cool Pikachu in the world, where it's like it's a black Pikachu.
Yeah, it's like matte black on jet black.
Yeah, it's like black on black.
Yes, it's
it's
dope.
like murdered out. You know what I'm saying?
Clean.
Yeah, and like you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. Like when you see that sick car, like it's got the matte black finish and it's got like some shinier black highlights on it, or gloss highlights. That looks clean on the right cars. Don't do it on like your jalopy, but or do it on your jalopy. I can't control you. I don't give a shit.
But again, something special like that I think would be awesome, and Niantic has the ability to. Like, clearly Pokemon gave them rights to do things like have these events and do what they can. So
yeah,
I don't see why Niantic or why the Pokemon Go company would be like, let's restrict you on shinies. Or what you can do with color schemes.
Yeah.
To me, color schemes would be the easiest thing. We know they can do costumes.
Yep.
We saw, and obviously they're still learning things like all the glitches with all the different hatted Pikachus. And everyone I know is sick of hatted Pikachus. I feel that. Like, I like Pikachus, but like, Jesus Christ, like there's other Pokemon to give a spotlight to. Like, I want more Eevee stuff. I would love to see like Clefairy or like... Especially all the ghost Pokemon. I like October. Yeah. So the costume stuff, like how they did Gengar, that level of detail on Gengar, was fantastic. And to me, there's so much more they can do. Yeah, like the Mimikyu Pikachu is dope, even though that's kind of fucked up because Mimikyu dresses up as Pikachu to get attention. And then Pikachu's making fun of it by wearing its own costume of it, so it can still get whatever.
Yeah, Pikachu's just fucked up.
He just wants all the glory. But there's lots of other Pokemon that should be able to. We've already mentioned just giving people the ability to customize their Pokemon. So you had like Ash Greninja.
Yeah.
Having something that could relate to a trainer. So if my Pokemon, I always rock my Mimikyu beanie cap.
Yeah.
I haven't changed that since it showed up, and I don't plan to. Mm-hmm. If I could give my other Pokemon that hat, or they have like a version of that.
Yeah.
That'd be dope.
Like, imagine if, like, instead of just the best friend badge, like, once you get to that level with your Pokemon, you can costume it out or kit it out.
It can have it could have those vests you get as you increase your level cap. Like, it gets a complimentary Pokemon vest, and it could rock it with you, but it has to be of the best friend status. That would control the amount of programming, but
the beauty pageant stuff.
Yeah, that was something I've been watching a lot of different Pokemon related content creators on my TikTok, which is cool. I like seeing people, like, one I noticed which I just loved was they'd put Pokemon in old timey photos and like
I think I've seen
Photoshop them in, and then others will do like the fusions, which again would be if whenever Niantic the cowards bring breeding, which they should, having Pokemon actually mix would be sweet to have like cool hybrids.
Like when we were kids, the classic Venus toys.
Yes, like those things. Like there's so much artwork for Pokemon fusions.
Yeah,
you should check it out if you haven't. But
some of them are great. Some of them are weird.
Yes,
a lot of them are weird.
There's a lot of weird ones. But it's just really cool, and I think Niantic has the doors in front of them, and it's just if they are brave enough to open.
Yeah, just go through it. Just do it.
Yeah.
Remove your inhibition.
Yes.
Feel the rain on my... Okay, anyway, yeah, I mean, like, it would just be fun. It'd be really cool, and it'd, like, again, give me another reason to love the game outside of my Pokemon love, my love-hate relationship with Pokemon, and, of course, nostalgia.
Yeah.
You know, and that hits differently for everybody, but that's a big reason why people still play Pokemon is the nostalgia factor. Like, and it's fun. Like, it's a relatively well-made mobile game. You don't get that a lot of the time, though they have been getting better in some other games. Yes. With some other games, rather. But, like, you know, for what it's worth, like, it definitely still needs some polish. Like, a lot of things need worked on. There's a lot of bugs. And that again, I think we discussed that. I feel like it's a little difficult because it kind of depends on people's devices and their connection strength and the quality of that connection and all that other stuff. And so there's a bunch of factors that go into it. But the base thing itself it's pretty good. So and obviously they can do better. They're going to do better, and it'll be exciting to see how the game develops over time. But I think on top of that, just adding these little kind of, I don't know if niche is the right word, but these little unique things about Pokemon Go would make it that much more interesting to me. I mean, I'll still play it, but I'll play it even more if they're like, hey,
Well, I just want Niantic to break their mold of their standard,
like a Black Vulpix.
Well, they can do a lot. I just want them to break their mold of what they've been doing, and you could see how they kind of. Some people were pointing it out online of how it just seems like they're getting a little bit more lax. So right before the Community Day, they had the Rosalia Community Day link back up for that mission. Yeah, and nice. It was hey, do this for $1, and it's bruh, we're not even in February anymore. It just seems like some of the people are getting kind of in their routine again of oh, there's $1 research to do something special. You get another Poffin. Yeah. You do this, and we see kind of the laxness that they had even at the makeup event. Oh, okay, you have 3 missions. You're gonna get a Poffin, 100 Mew candies, Elite TM.
Yeah, some more TMs.
Some more TMs. If you haven't already TM'd your dudes already, you're not going to, but we're just going to give you more.
Yeah.
With no increase in item space, but we're
Dude,
going to give you more items.
I'm just kind of mind blown. So getting on the Kanto Make Up event is one of the biggest issues that you and I think had with the event itself was. It was marketed as every Pokemon will be out in the wild, you can catch them, and they can all be shiny. Yeah. Exciting. How fucking cool would that be to see? I think we talked about Fearow, classic UC Pidgeots when big events happen in your life. Seeing evolutions out in the wild, you tap on it, it's shiny. That would have been awesome. But the way it worked was 80 Pokemon you had to evolve into. Yes. You had to catch the base, hopefully it's shiny, and then you evolve up. Yeah. And that was part of the Kanto event, as opposed to just filling the world with a Pokemon with the spawn rate that we saw for the Community Day. That Fletchling, they were popping.
And what's funny is, as soon as the Kanto event ended, it went to whatever separate event. I forgot what it's called, the Season of Legends. I think is what it is. Mm-hmm. We have yet to get into the new forms of the genies, Landorus, Thundurus, and Tornadus, whatever.
Yeah.
But with that, I'm actually seeing more of this first and second stage Pokemon than I did during the Kanto Go tour.
Yeah.
So I ran into a wild Feraligatr just while I was out on a walk one day, and I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And then I've seen wild Amphroses, Flaffies.
Well, it just brings me back to...
I'm like, what the fuck? How come these are... Clearly you can do it.
Yeah.
Why didn't you?
Yeah. Because, imagine the bonuses, because when you catch a stage 2, it's 10 base candy?
Yeah.
Or whatever. But
if it's an event, that pineapple, you get nice 20.
You get the double or triple base candy or whatever, and you can combine that with the rest of the event. You get, obviously, more experience for the higher stage evolutions. Anyway, it felt like such an easy win, and they just neglected it. And then that was the event itself. And then the makeup event, they announced the makeup event for ticket holders.
Oh no!
And then you were like, well, no, but they announced it for ticket holders.
Yeah.
But then you went on an account that didn't have the ticket, and you could still do it.
Yes.
So everyone gets it, and so everyone gets the items that we quote paid for with the $12 ticket, and you're like, okay, well, I guess. But, they didn't announce anything to do with the spawns, because that's what I wanted. I didn't give a shit about the items.
No.
I wanted the spawns, and I wanted the evolutions to spawn shiny. I wanted, or with an opportunity to be shiny, naturally.
Yes. Not we don't expect guaranteed shinies.
I don't, yeah, but how...
An opportunity.
But, yeah, I see Nidoqueen, I tap on it, and it's fucking shiny. I'm feeling really cool about that.
Yes.
And that's, a different level of, the serotonin injection or
it's
whatever.
Those spikes would be insane.
You're just oh my gosh, that is so cool, and then it runs on me and I cry. But, it's
The horror.
Yeah, and maybe that's some dumbass reason why they decided not to do it. Because, like, well, what if a kid runs into shiny Charizard in the wild? And
the only time a shiny is going to run from you, you're going too fast.
Is if you're trash.
Or if you're trash. Like, it's one of those two.
Yeah, because even the highest CP little fletchlings I caught, like, it was just a Pokeball, didn't even worry about
like,
it.
Run.
It was like, oh.
Yes.
So, yeah, I mean, it's just like you dropped the ball twice on the same event. That's insane to me.
Right.
Because, like, the makeup's technically still going or whatever. And
it goes till, I think, like, April 5th, maybe?
And I'm not...
And, like, reading some of the comments from other players on, like, Niantic's posts, like, there's a lot of unhappiness. And, again, some of these people are always unhappy, and you can't make everyone happy. I acknowledge that. I do. And when other people comment, like, I thought the event was okay, I got 3 shinies, or I got this, some people are content with that, which is also fine. I'm not saying...
I was okay with the catches I had.
My opinion does not invalidate yours. Wow. We
want to say that again for the people in the back.
So, like, that should just be a given. Again, focusing on advertising and player experience and being out there, it's definitely not... It definitely didn't meet it how they pitched it. And I see that with a lot of the other things that they're doing, like the makeup event, and I'm hoping that Niantic is really doing some soul searching this month to be like, we want players to continue playing, and that event did not rub players the right way.
Right, it's like
we got some that enjoyed it, and they're like, oh, cool. But you have many others who are like, no, that's the last pay for play I'm going to do.
Yeah.
I'm just going to just keep playing, especially if it's going to have a glitch to where I can still catch the shit. I'm glad I didn't buy, because I was about to buy a pass for Chris's account.
Yeah.
And I didn't. I was like, I'm just going to play on one phone. And then when I took it out and I realized, wow, the spawn rates are almost identical with the exception of maybe 3 Pokemon difference every hour.
Yeah.
I just wasted $12.
Yeah.
Especially when the ones that would show up in research, which has always been an issue for paid events like the safaris and everything else, is like when they have a feature Pokemon, it shows up in just your researches, but it's not just out in the wild.
Like Ditto.
Like I wanted more shiny Ditto.
Yeah.
Like I was gunning for him. Same with Snorlax.
Yeah. Snorlax is hard to find.
Yeah.
Already. And then
like him, Paris, Spearow, like Hitmonchan, Hitmonlee weren't hard to find, but I thought they were going to be game exclusive.
Yeah. So did I.
I was running into Hitmonchans on my game.
Yeah, and I ran into this. Obviously, I had more Hitmonchans in mind, but I still ran into Hitmonlees.
Yeah, which was odd. I was like, I thought you were game exclusive.
Yeah.
So I was like, weird, but okay. But ultimately, we want Niantic to pull from this and find something that it can do for itself uniquely.
Yeah.
I think is the main thing. You've done all these trials, and we've all seen it. We've seen where they'll have good spawn rates on one event, shitty spawn rates on another. Awesome shiny turnout, not so awesome shiny turnouts. Because there's been community days where I've had 30 plus and one person didn't get any.
Yes. It's different for every player.
Yeah, like we get that. It sucks, and that's where, again, just turning up the orange, whatever, is it RNG?
RNG, yeah.
Turn it up a bit so you increase the frequency. I don't think it's going to be a bad thing for players. Like, I don't think it's going to hurt the game economy to have more shinies out when people expect it. Because when you have the community day, that Pokemon already loses its trade value because everyone already had access to it.
Yeah, and like when you say break the game economy or break, whatever, like it shouldn't even matter in Pokemon Go because for the most part, I mean, I'm sure someone is, but they don't necessarily sell shinies to people.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, again, there's probably a market out there for it, but I'm just saying,
webs.
Yeah, the dark webs. But it's not like I'm spending real money to get said shiny. Right.
In legal routes, yeah, you shouldn't.
Yeah, no, I'm saying like, the idea behind it is like, so I don't understand the whole breaking the game economy. Like, again, I don't want to trade worldwide because of that or something.
Yeah.
And it's just like that's on one hand, yes, like. it might open the door for that in some smaller aspects, but like, it would open up the door worldwide to a lot of other players that don't have access to certain things. I feel like you just get a lot more interaction in the game. Oh, yeah. If you opened up, say, global trading or like,
and that was the other thing.
Wonder Trade network.
Right after everything happened with the whole Go Tour, there, I guess Niantic came out with this like, hey, we banned like 5 million players.
Yeah, or
like
something like
banned,
that.
And I was like, okay, cool. And people, the moral flexibility of those comments is just like, I find just the most delicious thing, because again, we've talked about it before where people are like, yeah, like, fuck, spoofers are horrible, they're ingrates, like, they're the worst, they ruin my experience. And push comes to shove, it's like, the main experience that they're ruining is people who are at gyms trying to hold gym downs in neighborhoods they perceive as solely theirs. And you have someone who spoofs, knocks out that gym and holds it down, they're not present, and they're out there in the cold and in the dead of night, that one's taking gyms.
The only other one is, like, I could maybe see the whole, like, you know, since there's a remote raid cap on raids, or remote players raid
saturating
cap,
gyms.
so you can oversaturate the raids that way, but just Niantic remove the cap. I don't care. Like,
yeah, we already talked about the cascading rating system, like.
But like, yeah, I can see that. But like, in terms of like, the only way, like, I guess that would hurt a player is if you could catch the same Pokemon on someone else's game.
Yeah.
And they can't get access to it. But you can't, because everyone gets the same spawns if you're above a certain level.
Yeah, and most spoofers, when they're raiding gyms, like, for the remote raids, are usually in the denser spots.
Like the bigger cities?
Like bigger cities, so like
when
New York
there's
City,
population to
Tokyo, yeah. Because
interesting.
Those are going to be hot spots. Those are
You're saying spoofers aren't going to like some podunk town in Iowa?
If they are, it might be some place they're familiar with, but again, most likely podunk town doesn't have enough people to
I'm saying, like, it's just like coordinated between spoofers, so it's like you go to a gym in, like, I don't know, fuck all off somewhere, Kansas, right?
I think some people
you go to a gym and you jump in there and the population of the town's like 200 people, but there's 20 people in this raid for some reason.
Yeah. That'd be funny. That'd be kind of funny. If they coordinate it like that, I just think people give some spoofers too much credit. Others, it's probably like that one Sour Patch individual, because I still remember like a year plus ago when we had Teresa on, there would be certain spoofers that would like track her down, her and Dan, but we also had other systems back then to where you could see who was at the gym.
Yeah, I remember that.
And coordinate it. And now, again, there's still scanners, so there's communities that use scanners. That's an element of spoofing.
Yeah.
It uses bots to find information, relay it back to a main person. They present it all in another format for you.
Yep.
That's still using spoofer technologies.
Spoofer technology.
But at the same time, you're kind of like, well, it's not me doing it. I'm just benefiting from the work. That's not good.
Yeah, either. I mean, regardless, though.
I still think it's silly. Because to me, it's like, as long as your experience isn't... I think the only time it could be negative is if the spoofer comes out and like punches you in the face. It was like, I'm a spoofer.
It was me the whole time.
To destroy all of you. And they're like, no! How could you betrayed me.
To each their own. I don't care about spoofers one way or the other.
It's just funny.
And like, if you want to be angry or if spoofers upset you, feel free to feel that way. I mean, I'm not trying to tell you which way
seems exhausting
to feel. The only thing I take from it is like, there's a reason why people resort to spoofing, and that's like, there's like a fundamental issue with the game, or the accessibility of the game,
or boredom,
or just straight boredom. Like, and like, you know, some people are into that. Like, I wonder how much I can get away with.
Oh, yeah, that rush.
Yeah, the rush of being just naughty or some bullshit like that. But I mean, like, for the most part, like, that's the big takeaway I get from, like, you know, the insane amount of spoofers there probably are. It's just like, hey, I'm doing this because I can't get people to play in my neighborhood. I can't get people to play around me, or just like,
I'm stuck here.
I don't have access. The only reason I can see people getting butthurt is like the big like show off channels or the bragging channels, where people look at all the shinies I have because they were able to just jump around the world and check for them or whatever. It's like, but again, like, that's That's if you let those people ruin your day. Because I don't give a shit if someone has 5,000 shinies, and I only have 700 or whatever. You know?
At first I thought, like, how did you get 5,000? Because we can only have 4,000 space.
Well, because
so I'd want to figure that out.
I'm just
first.
assuming spoofers have the technology to unlock their game, to remove their inhibitions, to unlock bag space. So could you imagine if they did?
Oh
all right, God. How many people would go to spoofing if you could get like 10,000 bag space?
I'd be gone. Or like, well, if they could unlock it for you and not hurt you.
Though I'd be curious to see what people think about spoofing, like what they actually think spoofers can do. Because like I imagine people think that spoofers
the mythology
of spoofing. Because like I can only imagine people think like, hey, they could just turn on a switch and turn any Pokemon they run into shiny, right? You know, or
that'd be a good one,
or something like that. I'm just kind of curious.
What do you think a spoofer can do?
What do you think a spoofer can do? Because like I don't know. I can tell you just from my base understanding is they just fake their GPS location and they play it like any normal player plays.
And like that's where I think where some of the people who hate the ones who sit on gyms and somehow have a system to know. I was like, is there a legit system where it lets them know, hey, your Pokemon in this gym depleted this GP, jump back there and bury it, or bury it from here?
Didn't there used to be notifications for that?
Well, it will let you know if it's getting weak.
Oh.
But like me, if I want to take out a gym fast, like again, you can use this tidbit of knowledge if you haven't done it yet, is I'll fight a Pokemon, hop out the gym, fight it again, hop out, fight it again. By the time it gives you a notification, that Pokemon's usually knocked out. Yeah. So I'll just do a rapid succession to fight it. Well, others will use like a tiered system, so you beat like 2 Pokemon, then you send the second person in to fight the gym, and then as they get to the 6th one, the middle person's on the 3rd, 4th, and then you send a 3rd person to work the 1st. And so it could wipe them out in that succession.
So let me tell you a quick fix.
Okay.
All right? There's 2 things. And people won't get mad at spoofers.
Okay.
You revamp your gym system. Let me defend my gym.
Okay.
Actually fight for my gym. And B, give me other opportunities to earn coins elsewhere. And I know they tried that weird shit in Australia and it failed, so they had to go back to the drawing board, but like the idea was on the right track. Like, give us other ways to earn coin than just gymming or spending money. I mean,
I think we should earn more coin based on like our medals too.
Yeah, I think
we work hard to achieve some of those platinum medals, or if you got past level 40. Like I've seen a lot of players now getting to level 50, which is dope. Like, kudos.
Yeah, but that's a lot of fucking work.
It's a lot of work.
And like, what are you rewarded for hitting 50? Nothing.
More items.
I don't give a shit about the items. Like, you are not actually they don't reward players for playing the game.
Yeah.
You reward yourself by running into said shinies or getting whatever in the battle league or whatever. Like, you get the little medals and you can get opportunities for certain like exclusive quote unquote things like in battle league. But like,
I called it with Frillish though.
Why? What do you mean?
Because I was like, yeah, you have to do battle league for Frillish. I was like, I'll just wait till they bring it out in nature.
Is it out in nature now?
Female Frillish is.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
But either way, is like, so that's the only way you can get Lucha Pikachu, right? Is go battle league. So that's a way to, they kind of reward the player for their hard work on that, even though grinding up to that level is fucking obnoxious.
Yeah, it's exhausting.
It is exhausting, but again, you know, the payoff should warrant that, hey, you know, my hard work paid off, right?
Yeah.
In the case of just like your standard players, just leveling up, grinding it out. Because like I said, getting to 40 isn't easy, let alone getting to 50. Yeah. You know, that's from 40 to 50 is a whole different, you're playing a different game. Yeah. And like, and I like that. I like that there's missions involved and things like that. It's just like, haha, you got 500 experience for turning in this one huge mission for your checkpoint to 41 or 42 or 40, whatever. You know, and that's your reward. And then you get to level 42, and they're like, haha, here's a free one-time use incubator and 10 berries and like 20 potions and a couple of revives. Thanks for playing Pokemon Go. You know? As opposed to just like anything.
Anything
like
else.
Unlock a shiny charm. I don't give a shit. You get to 50, give me a shiny charm. Like,
or give us like 100, or give us the ability to max out a Pokemon immediately, because XL candies is still hard to come by. That's why the community days are nice, because you could stock up on them for that specific one.
I wish you could battle to make your Pokemon stronger.
Like a training in game.
Yeah. Like, I don't understand. Like, you battle and you get items for battling.
Yeah, that should just be an extra feature in the battle section.
And you get rare candy for battling, but like, just like, what if I got experience from just, or CP from just battling? Like, it might be more of a grind that way, but it's another opportunity or an avenue to the end that I'm trying to get. I'm trying to get a higher CP Vulpix. I want the strongest Vulpix in the world.
Or something where you can improve your stats up.
And I don't mind, doting on my Vulpix by giving it a shit ton of candy.
Yeah.
But I want to be able to train it in other ways.
Or just find ways that it could beef up its HP, defense, or attack.
Yeah, change its IV stats, quote unquote, with other, I hit 50, let me trade candies in for an HP candy.
Yeah.
Or
I would love to make
whatever.
A Great League worthy Pokemon, but I just have all these 90 plus and above.
Yeah,
Pokemon.
Do you still have your starter?
Yeah.
Your original, your OG starter? Yeah, I still have mine, and it's, you go check the IVs, and it's trash, or whatever.
Yeah, I think mine's like 10 something.
And I'm just like, oh, nice. Yeah. What if I wanted that to be my partner Pokemon? Literally the biggest thing in Pokemon. My partner Pokemon from beginning to end. And I want to make it worthy to be able in your broken battle system.
Yeah.
I can't change its stats, so I have to go in with a subpar Pokemon.
Yeah.
But I'm doing it because I love my partner or something like that.
I love my Bulbasaur.
Yeah. And I do love my starter, and I love my Vulpix, and I love, certain other Pokemon that I wish were viable in said leagues. And the only way that they are viable is if you're in a specific tournament setup. Like Shuckle Cup, where it's only Shuckles all day. Which is awesome. The point is there's not any way to change those things. And I think that would be a great way to reward players.
Yeah.
And I wish we could get more of that out of Pokemon Go, because I hardly feel rewarded playing the game. I still love playing it, and I will keep playing it. And maybe that's the problem. It's because I'll keep playing it.
They're like, we got him hooked.
Yeah, it doesn't fucking matter. We'll just keep feeding this idiot Vulpixes. They'll keep playing. It doesn't matter. And I'm like, yes, give me the fucks. Yeah. But at the end of the day, I just skip, hit 50. That's amazing. And you're seeing other traders.
Yeah.
Hit 50, which fucking congrats to you, because I'm still 40.
Oh, yeah. I actually got Chris's account to 41.
Yeah, I saw that. I was like, fuck, Chris is 41, and I'm not even... Anyway, point is it's a grind. It's a lot of work to get there.
Yes.
And Skip got bragging rights.
Dope.
And, I guess a pose or something.
Yeah, you get, a cool pose. Yeah, that's pretty much all you get is a pose.
Your quote bragging rights are being able to show, hey, there's a big 5-0 next to my name, and I got a hat and a pose.
Yeah, it doesn't even show you the XP anymore, which is cool, but to me, it should have been something some sort of a flare. And again,
yeah,
Niantic has time to adjust it, so whoever their interns or people, execs listening to this,
yeah,
beef it up a bit. If you could have the shiny, shimmery things for a lucky Pokemon, why not have something like that?
My trainer just sparkles.
Your trainer has an aura to them,
yeah.
And Dragon Ball Z. That's wow.
And you can even take that a bit further. And I understand they want to make the game super accessible for everybody, which I'm all for. But can you imagine if you were the top 1% or the first 1% of players that got to level 50, they got a special aura that's only unique to them because they're the top 1%.
Or
that got there.
You give them 2 buddies.
Double buddies. Fuck it. Let me walk all my Pokemon at the same time. 6
if
buddies.
You just have your squad.
Just squad up, baby.
That would be pretty dope.
That would be sick, dude.
Because then you could have them all. They can boost up. I wouldn't be opposed to that.
Yeah, just think about it. Just an army of Tropius. It's 6 Tropius on the screen at any time.
It's a big welcome to Jurassic Park. And all of my dinos are there. That'd be amazing.
Yeah, that would be. Give me more partner Pokemon. In fact...
Again, that's not much for them. It's literally just... Yes, Niantic should. And I think it's good for players to be pretty, more upfront about what they're wanting from the game.
Yeah.
I think it's good to speak that up, speak into existence in a lot of ways.
Yeah, I agree.
Because if other players feel the same way, I think it's good to voice it, because then someone would be like, that is a good idea.
Yeah.
You know, like, and I'm glad we do a lot of that in the community, just even for the community, like things we'd like to see of each other, and we have good leadership. And as things get better with COVID, like, we're looking forward to the dawn of a new day where people don't have to go and be nervous to be in public, and like social distancing isn't super dominating, because some people it does make them uneasy. And when that day comes and we could all be back at AMC or at Wash Park and just have our table out again, like, I want there to be more idea generation of things to do, and I think there will be.
Well, I mean, we were on a decent track before COVID hit. We're like, we're going to do this, that, and this, and that. Yeah. And, like, we were super excited. We can still do those once things get better. Once we start getting more understanding and better control over things. But, yeah, no, I agree. Just, like, speak it into existence, because more often than not, it kind of happens in some form or fashion.
Yeah.
Same thing with, like, complaining about Pokemon. Like, if you're not getting shinies, complain. Make sure you post everywhere that, like, the game is fucking you and you're not getting shinies, and eventually it'll happen.
Yeah.
But
don't cry about it. But, yeah. Like, I whined about not getting a shiny Landorus, because Sephiroth or whatever, he got, like, 4, and I was like, oh, that must be nice. You know, like... And then literally 1 minute later, I do get a remote invite raid, and I get my shiny Landers, and I was like,
excellent.
Wow. Like, nice.
Wow.
Posted up, I was like, look, I complained, and then it came. Like,
yeah, or like I said, with Fletchling. I wanted a bunch of shiny little Fletchling. It wasn't until like an hour, maybe an hour and a half into it, I finally started catching them. And then it was like, bam, bam, bam.
Yeah.
And then bam, 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 bam. And so I finished with like diligent. 9 after a couple hours. You know, like, and we got that perfect one.
Oh, yeah, we did get a perfect one.
Got a perfect one, so I got my perfect Talon
That
flame.
was pretty cool. Yeah, that was just random.
And then,
there's just so many little birdies.
Well, side note, completely unrelated.
Okay.
It was gorgeous.
Dude.
For Community Day. It was like the first time I felt refreshed being out there.
Like shorts.
Playing the game.
Yeah, shorts, t-shirt. Just walking.
Oh, man.
Like, we got like our 5-mile walks in.
Sunny, cool, like still crisp outside, but the air was clean. You could see the mountains from wherever we were.
It wasn't like overcrowded. Like, the other park I was trying to go to was crowded. There was like a baseball game.
Because baseball season.
People were having parties. I didn't see a mask, and I was like, no me gusta. I am going to this other area.
Yeah, no, that's a good call. I forgot. Baseball season, I gotta stay away from there pretty much.
Yeah, I just don't trust kids with bats and
balls.
Bad aim, I'll say, because they can just fly wherever. I just kind of watch.
Yeah, myself. I remember. Actually, it was over at Olympic. My mom's van's back window got bust out because someone hit a home run.
Oh.
Because we were parked there. We were just at the park, or just having like a picnic or something. And we get back, and my mom's back window is just busted out. And I was just like, "Oh, nice!" And then the kid came by to get the ball, and that was it. Not leave any information to help.
What the fuck?
Yeah. And it's just like, wait.
Peak shenanigans.
Yeah, I was just like, really?
Not acceptable.
So that was fun. But anyway, just to steer clear of baseball.
Yeah.
Baseball parks and stuff.
Need to put some nets around that bitch.
For real. But yeah, no, I mean, again, changes are happening worldwide and in Pokemon Go. And we'll see how they continue to change, because I think Niantic has a few things cooking up that obviously they haven't released yet.
Yeah, with the whole season of Legends, I think they're trying to ramp up to something. I just don't know what that something is.
Yeah, and then you got the other tie-in stuff too. Like, you always got again, the Pokemon trading card thing's coming in May, I think.
Yeah.
You got some games that are releasing. Pokemon Snap, the new Pokemon Snap, which I'm personally excited for, is April 30th. And, the way this year's going, that'll be tomorrow. Or whatever.
It's going to fly the fuck by.
So I imagine Pokemon Snap, Pokemon Go AR, there's going to be some kind of crossover with that, I imagine.
Yeah.
Because Pokemon Go AR is, literally Pokemon Snap in the real world. And I loved the OG Pokemon Snap, and I was always kind of curious as to why they never made a new one.
Oh, and then the whole thing with Pokemon Arceus.
Well, I was going to say, yeah, and those games, they haven't released a a date on those.
But
Later
just
this
knowing
year,
that they're on the horizon makes me like more excited.
later this year, they're giving you the Sinnoh remakes, the Gen 4 remakes, with the little chibis.
Yep.
The art design's interesting on that one. A lot of people aren't happy with it, but I don't care.
Yeah, get something.
Because it's literally just the DS game made modern. And so anyway, I'm excited for those because I love Gen 4, and I've been very vocal about that on here. Those are coming out, so there's probably going to be a crossover with that and some kind of Sinnoh event with that. And then Legends Arceus for some people, but
is it Arceus?
Arceus is how they pronounce it. I don't like it, but it's just how it goes. Anyway,
or you know,
Legends Arceus is going to be an open world game for Pokemon, the first of its kind. Looks like it needs a little help work wise, but like it's still exciting, the idea behind it.
Yeah.
That's also technically a Sinnoh game, a Gen 4 game that's supposed to release next year, but that might be our foray into how to get Arceus in Pokemon Go, because we haven't had that one yet. It's a mythical, literally the god Pokemon. So maybe they're worried about stepping on certain feet there. I don't know, but either way, is we don't have it in Go yet, but we will. And maybe it's a tie-in with that game, or maybe they just release it in a raid or a paid event, and we complain about that later too. So who knows? But I imagine that those happen. That is what's going to happen with Shaman, little hedgehog that turns into like the dog thing.
I'm just waiting for them to do something with the Alolan. That's all I'm waiting for. I want an opportunity for Mimikyu.
Mimikyu. Well, I mean, Gen 7.
That's the only thing I'm waiting for.
If
next to breeding,
if we're going by like quote-unquote normal schedules for Pokemon Go, this Halloween would be in line with releasing Gen 7 Ghost type event.
He's the only boy I want.
If Niantic misses on having a Mimikyu event for Halloween this year, I might think they're the dumbest company ever. like that's free. That's free money.
Well, they missed the mark with the Dog Days of Summer during the Year of the Dog.
Well, I hate to break it to you, but they're legendary beasts.
I know.
They're not dogs.
But they are dogs.
I mean, I always referred to them as the legendary dogs until, like,
yeah,
I learned that they weren't legendary dogs. And
let my uneducatedness rule this
land. And Raikou
land.
even looks kind of like a Sabretooth more than anything. But
silence.
But Suicune does look like a dog, though. And the best.
Either way.
But either way,
as you said, just needs to release their inhibitions. And just go forward with awesome shit. And learn some fucking lessons. Like, read your fucking comments.
Bro.
Like, some of them are, like, pretty spot on. Some people are definitely complaining for the sake of complaining of, like, oh, what was me? The shiny didn't have good stats. No one ever said they would have the best stats. Like we should all know that. If
you've got a shiny with great stats, that's a good find.
Dope. It's more along the lines like if you played the full day and you didn't get one shiny, like that's pretty shitty.
Yes.
Like if you were diligent about it, I don't feel empathy for players like, well, I played for 30 minutes, and I didn't get a shiny, so that was a shitty event. You didn't really play.
I didn't get a shiny in 30 minutes.
No, well, actually I did, but I was also playing from 9 to 9 and like doing that whole thing out in the snow, like out there playing, like. So just be mindful of that. Look, but Niantic should definitely read some of that commentary.
I agree. And I know you don't want it and you don't really care, but if you, my consultant prices are pretty cheap, so.
Well, that
reach on out.
they're like advocating for Wayfarer too.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, you should advocate for like your idea committee, like.
Yeah. For real though.
Get some fresh blood in that beach.
Yeah, you got a lot of money in that company. I'm sure someone's got ideas.
Yeah, definitely.
But anywho,
I think that's about it for me though. Stay safe, everyone.
Hell please. Yeah, please stay safe out there, regardless of what's happening in the world.
And don't be a dick.
Don't be a dick. True. Well, you can be a little bit of a dick. That's fine. But
no.
Yeah, we're dicks. Kinda. Sometimes. Yeah. It happens, okay? I understand. Sometimes you just gotta be mean. But really, try your best. Do your best. You guys are all amazing. Thanks for listening to us complain for 50 minutes. We love you.
Gosh.
Take it easy. Fuck Pikachu.
Bye.
Yeah.